Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, back to do my 12 Days of Christmas, Day 10. Today I watched The Dorm That Dripped Blood. Now, The Dorm That Dripped Blood is a 1982 film which runs approximately 88 minutes and is directed and written by Stephen Carpenter and Jeffrey Obro. Now, they teamed up in a few other things. One I've never seen called The Power, which was a early 80s film. I know that's available through Code Red. The other one I am a big fan of, and actually Synapse is supposed to be releasing it someday, which is The Kindred, which is a monster movie that I actually saw in the movie theaters, and I really enjoyed it. Now, Stephen Carpenter, on his own, did Soul Survivors, and Jeffrey Obro, on his own, see if I can find my list here, did The Perfect Host, Servants of Twilight, Legends of the Mummy, They Are Among Us, and One by One. Now, you're basically going to hear about one actress. Unfortunately, she's not in the movie all that long. Spoiler alert, I guess. But it is Daphne Zuniga. She plays Debbie. And she, of course, was in The Initiation. I mean, she was a mainstay in the 80s from movies like The Sure Thing, which I loved with John Cusack. Vision Quest with Matthew Modine, great movie. Spaceballs, need I say more? The Fly 2, which I actually really enjoyed. And of course, a show that my wife and I used to watch quite frequently, which was Melrose Place in the 90s. Of course, that had Jack Wagner, Heather Locklear, some soap opera stars. But yeah, it was kind of the thing you watched after Beverly Hills 90210. And I'm actually admitting that. So, yeah. Now, The Dorm That Dripped Blood actually has a couple other names. A lot of people know it by the name Pranks, but on this copy, when you watch it, it actually comes up as Death Dorm, which I actually think is kind of a neat name. I do like The Dorm That Dripped Blood. I do like that name, but Death Dorm is pretty cool too. But anyway, a couple interesting things about the film. This is Daphne Zuniga's first horror movie ever. It was actually her first appearance in any movie or any television series or anything at all. This movie was mainly shot on the weekends, and it kind of took its name, well, once they finally settled on a name, it took its name from the house that dripped blood. Now, the difference because this is actually the director's cut of the film, uncensored, I believe that's what it says, yeah, uncensored director's cut of the film. Most of the extras in it, I believe there's 4 or 5 minutes extra in this. Most of it is just story driven scenes, not really anything great. But there is a part with a drill, which is extended in this one, and it is pretty freaking cool. So definitely check that one out. Basically, a basic synopsis on the story. It is Christmas break, which of course is our Christmas theme for the film, and 5 students are closing up a dorm. It kind of looks like just like a regular building, in my opinion, with a parking garage underneath and everything, but they're basically closing it up. They're going to tear it down, and they're going to turn one of the other dorms into high-rise apartments or something. And the 5 students that are there are basically stalked and picked off one by one in typical slasher fashion. One thing I noticed in watching this film this time, this is a favorite of mine, to be honest. I think it's fun. You don't really hear people talk about it a whole lot. And I've always liked this one. I've had a soft spot for this one. But the editing is terrible in this, and it's one of the things I noticed when I watched it this time. Editing is pretty bad. Yeah. This one I am going to give an 8, because like I said, I have a soft spot for this movie. 8, that is my rating, and I'm sticking to it. And if you like what you're seeing here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.